going on? What's going on, everybody? Council Diamond Hands checking in the studio, in the office. Yeah, I just want to talk about a couple things. It's going to sound crazy, I know. Council believes that the 1-800 law firm deal is a done deal. I believe it's been completed. I believe they're waiting to announce it. I believe fireworks is coming. I believe big news is coming. I believe big things are coming. So I'm gonna go into why I believe that. We'll talk about a little price action before that. Then I'm gonna get into why I believe that the deal is done. Now, this is just my opinion. This is not fact, okay? My opinion, not financial advice either. I'm just gonna go into why I believe the deal is done. So let's look at price action real quick. So, of course, with the uncertainty of the deal and we're not knowing if the deal's closed or not, you see a little down pressure from shorts, and some people might be selling a little bit, but as you can see, it's a lot of buying opportunity as well. So it's fluctuating. Short end, people are a little uncertain about what's going on, might want to jump out. Then you got people who are like me, not financial advice, take it as buying opportunities to push it back up. You see how it gets pushed up, come down, push up, come down, push up, trying to scare you, trying to have you sell your shares, even though we know it's illegal activity. This is all that's going on right now. This is a great time for them to try to do it without any press releases on different acquisitions we got going on and other catalysts. So I'm not discouraged. I always say, I know we hold, I'm going to keep it going. So that's what I think price action has been. No big moves until a big announcement. I did see, I was on Twitter, and I did see AvidTrader say some things that that's his opinion, and hey, I like AvidTrader. I'm glad he's honest about certain things, and he helps you be cautious on certain activities. So he did say it could go below $1, which it did. It did actually go below $1 yesterday when Avid was saying there was going to be no announcement and there's going to be no release of if the acquisition went through or not. And because of that, it did go underneath. People bought it up. Now we're sitting at $1.08 at this time. Hey, I'm just like you guys, just wait on some news. So that's price action. That's all that's happening. Until we get a press release, this thing's going to bounce around $1, $1.10, I believe. Maybe $1, $1.15. All right, so now I want to get into why I believe that the acquisition is done. And just like Avid has an opinion, just like Ace has an opinion, just like me, I have my own opinion. Me and Ace is kind of similar. No news is good news for the time being. So I'm going to get into why I believe that the acquisition is completed. All right, so let's go back to news releases. And I like to look at patterns. And I'm going to go look at patterns of how GTII releases their news, when they do it and why they do it. So I want to talk about the dividend first. So they announced the dividend. When was their first release of the dividend? Dividend. That was created. Restricted share. This was on March 10th. They released the dividend, the news on the dividend that they're planning on offering a restricted dividend share. So time went by and people are looking for dates, and GTII releases a statement about the shareholder. It says FINRA wanted some information on the dividend, corporate action, and to issue a dividend to shareholders in the form of one share shares held as a record date April 15th. And it states in all this that whatever FINRA wanted, GTII provided FINRA. So April 15th was a date we're looking at. what they were looking at, but then it said it was going to pay out on the 29th. Remember that. The dividend was supposed to pay out on the 29th, which was that Saturday. So the dividends were supposed to pay out on the 29th. This is right here. This was released on the 28th. So on the 29th, the dividend was supposed to be released. We didn't hear nothing from GTII after the announcement saying the 29th. And I think I don't even think that was in the press release. I think we got that through Twitter somehow, that 29th date. When we found it, it was confirmed. No press releases were given out in that time. There was no updated news. But the dividend was paid out. A lot of confusion on the different brokers and how they handled it. But eventually it was paid out. And GTI didn't release nothing until May 9th, which was a week ago, last Tuesday. So the 15th, we're supposed to get it. 29th to pay out. 29th was the payout. Still no news. No news is saying it was going to be delayed again. No news on if it was going to be paid out. Nothing. We didn't get no news. We just started seeing it in our accounts. But guess what? GTI releases the news that has been successful on May 9th. So you can tell they don't just release news on dates that are coming out, and they don't release news until everything is finalized. So people got their restricted shares. It seems like a week passed since actually 2 weeks, maybe a week and some change. A week. The 9th was a week after the 29th. So they waited a week for everything to be smoothed over to make that announcement. So they didn't want to make the announcement if things were not put in place right. And that's why I go on to the 1-800 law firm deal. So why I believe the deal's done is because if you take a look, it's the same pattern. The deal was supposed to be done on April 1st, right? They released this article or this update press release on March 31st, was the day before the 1st. They gave us information. Hey, it's being extended to May 15th. So they didn't wait. They didn't have us lingering around on April 2nd, wondering what's going on. They released it right away on March 31st. So now it got extended to May 15th. We haven't heard nothing since then. It's May 16th, the day after. So if you go by their pattern, there's going to be another extension or termination. They would have told us on the 14th, not the 14th. You would have maybe some over the weekend, maybe something on the 13th. Let me see here. Maybe something on that Friday the 12th, or maybe something on Monday the 15th. We still haven't got no information. Which I said, good news might be good news. I mean, no news is good news. So we're not looking at, we're not thinking about the worst case scenario. Let's think about the best case scenario, that everything's done and that GTII is waiting for everything to be completed cleanly, precisely, so it could be packaged and ready for release. So that's what I'm aiming at. That's what I think is going on here. I believe the deal is done. What do you think? Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you feel, and tell me how you're feeling about the 1-800 law firm deal, and let me know if you believe that it's a done deal or if it's been terminated. So this counts to Diamond Hands. I'm checking out. Y'all have a good evening.